Look into my eyes. My heart beats like a drum. I fell and lost to the war. Shot me dead. I was lost and I said to the voices in my head, I gotta get up again. I gotta get up to.
What's going on, guys? This is Paul Revelia, ProPhysique.com, and I've been doing a lot of talking on my videos lately, but today it's about to change. I got my buddy Steve Bogran coming to the gym with me today, so we are going to shoot some footage of me actually lifting. And I think what I'm going to try to do is take some cool clips from the day and do like a little artsy type of training thing with some music over it, some slow-mo, make it look all fancy, just because I've got like an artsy side to myself. I think that'll be fun. But mostly I'm going to do some footage explaining the lifts and what I do. So today I'm going to do chest and mix that with triceps. I don't usually train those two body parts together, but because I was kind of off my schedule this week, I've had to pair some things I don't usually pair. So today I'm going to pair a full bro style chest session, although I will be doing some periodization based lifting. I'm going to do 4 sets of 8 on the bench press, and then I'm going to, beyond that, got a little dark in here, beyond that I'm going to do more bro style, probably some incline work, some fly work, and then I'll get into some bicep work. First, I'm going to pound down my Core Fury Extreme and Core ABC, my pre-workout stack. All right, guys, let's get to it. Powerhouse North Tampa. Peace.
I fell and lost to the war. Shot me dead. I was lost and I said to the voices in my head, I gotta get up again. I gotta get up to another day. I'm not giving up again. I gotta get up. I gotta get up. I gotta get up again. I gotta get up to another day. I'm not giving up again. I gotta get up. I gotta get up. I gotta get up
What's going on, guys? This is Paul, and hopefully you liked my little montage of clips from Powerhouse North Tampa, just to give you a feel of what it was like on this day. It's a very unique gym, that's for sure. Anyway, so here is me warming up for a day of chest and specifically for benching. I always like to warm up my rotator cuffs. Don't really use a whole lot of resistance, just a couple 2.5 pound plates. And I just like to make sure that everything is loose and ready to go. I have a history of baseball, so I've always been a real pragmatist when it comes to getting my shoulder ready for training. Call me a sucker, but I enjoy doing that. It always makes me feel ready to go. So here's how I warm up for bench. On this day I was going to do some sets of 8. And so what I like to do is what's called a dynamic warm-up, where I actually just start off, and I always treat the warm-ups, even the bar, as if there's a lot of weight on the bar. You can see me controlling the eccentric. I'm actually contracting my back and my lats as I bring the bar down, and then I'm exploding it upwards, getting my body ready for what's about to come. Now, depending on your strength, you can make larger leaps. So I go from the bar up to 135. Now again, the most important thing to do when you're warming up in this fashion is take your time, and if you only jump up to 95, that's fine. I would just base it on what you're comfortable doing. So for me, jumping up to 135 just feels natural, Again, watch me as I control the eccentric. I bring it down to a spot on my chest. I am contracting my lats. I have my lower body tight, and when it reaches the place where I want to start the press, I try to explode upward. My next leap is going to be to 185. Everything on this day was feeling really good, and so I decided I was going to do sets with 250 pounds for sets of 8. Have not been doing a lot of benching lately, been doing a lot more dumbbell work. So today was just kind of a fun day to see where I was at. Completely auto-regulated, did not have a specific plan. And once 185 started going really easily, then I decided I would go up to 225 for my next warm-up set. And that's going to give me a lot of information. Based on how I feel on that day, 225 is a good weight for me to determine that. And again, I like to always get set very well. I take the same rituals each time I lift, lower body in place, and I put myself in a very good position, upper back tight against the bench. I actually have a little bit of an arch, probably hard to tell, just because I am so lanky and not super flexible. But as you can see, I bring the bar to the same place on my chest and I explode up. Now the reason I'm not doing complete pauses, again, I'm not really getting ready for a powerlifting meet, so I just try to control the eccentric and explode up. As long as I feel I am getting a good contraction and a good press on each lift, then that is my goal. Now, if I was training for a meet, I would be pausing each rep for a 1 count when I was lifting heavier sets like this. But for me, it's more about just finding a good rhythm, a good groove, making sure I'm not bouncing the weight, controlling it. And so here's my first working set of 250 for 8 reps, and as you can see, went pretty good. So I went and got a couple more before I moved over to the Incline Dumbbell Press. Now with this, I start with the same type of warm-up. I do like a lighter couple sets before I get into my first working set. Now since my chest and shoulders are a little bit more warmed up, I don't have to start quite as light. I think these are 55s or 60s, and I do a set of 20 here. And you know, that might be a lot of reps, but I really like to do get some blood in there the first set, get it really moving. Then I'll take a couple minutes break, go get a drink of water, come back. Here I jump up to the 80 pounds. This for me is still not what I would consider a working set because I can do this for, you know, well over 10, maybe, you know, 20, 25, 30, I don't know. I can do this for a lot of reps, so I don't really consider this to be a working set, but I just don't like to make huge jumps when I'm working with dumbbells. I like to get my body ready, get my mind ready, and so then my first working set, I consider this my first working set. These are 100-pound dumbbells, and I believe I got 12, and again, I try to treat lightweight like it's heavy, so that way when I grab the heavier weight, I'm using the same rhythm, the same patterns. I'm feeling my upper chest, keeping the focus on the muscle group that I'm trying to hit, and you know, full range of motion, controlling the weight on the eccentric and the concentric, really getting a good squeeze at the top, and making a silly face as possible. Notice I didn't drop the weights on the floor. You don't have to drop the weights on the floor if you've got skills. So this is my first set of incline dumbbell flies. I start with 45 pounds. I used to go much heavier on this movement, but now I just really focus on getting a good stretch and feeling the upper chest and the chest overall contract. And I try to visualize like I am bringing my arms around a big tree, and then at the top I extend them upwards to keep the stress on the chest for just a hair longer. So that was 45s. Then my actual working sets for this day were with 55 pounds. So here's 55 pounds. Again, not a whole lot of weight, but again, that's not the goal with flies for me. You know, this is, for me, the purpose of the pectorals is to pull the arm across the body. So this is actually the purpose of the pectoral. So I really like to make sure I'm engaging them, not using a bunch of bicep and shoulder. I really like to feel my chest pulling open, and I kind of imagine the fibers of my chest kind of ripping across my body before they contract. So really enjoy this movement. You know, when I was doing a lot of powerlifting, I wasn't doing this quite as much, and I definitely noticed some more detail in my chest. And then since it was my last set, I went ahead and just did a couple reps with the incline just to get a pump. And then so I finished this day off with dips, and I don't really like to add body don't like to add weight to my dips. I just use my body weight. I use it as a finisher. And as you see here, the technique I'm using where I lean forward and keep my weight over my hands allows me to engage my chest a little bit more and my triceps a little bit less. If I was trying to hit tries, I would keep my head up, chest up, and be doing a much more upright position. So I just pushed out like 25 reps here just to make sure the chest was fried. And then before the day was over, I know I mentioned I was going to do some triceps, but I ended up doing just a bunch of supersets in between the chest of some bicep movements. I didn't get a lot of those on film, but I figured since I had Steve in there, I'd go ahead and get one of those on film. I like pairing chest and biceps because they do not interfere with each other. You can have a great workout for both body parts and they're not getting fatigued. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy that. I actually do lift. I don't just talk. And I hope you guys have a great night and a great Thursday.